They get in their pickup trucks. One man is driving with a pistol out the window. Another man is in the bed of the pickup truck with a shotgun and a rifle, like they're on a safari hunt. The man goes back to running. They stop him. They harass him. They accost him. They chase him down in their trucks. They try to physically stop him. This man is unarmed. Got on basketball shorts and a t-shirt. And he's running. And he looked like he's running. He tries desperately to get away from these people. But as soon as they start showing acts of physical aggression, he gets physical to defend himself so he can try to get away. Meanwhile, there are rifles and pistols pointed at him. Seconds later, shots are fired from the pickup truck. Shots are fired from the people on the street that accost him and harass him. And he ends up dying. Can any one of y'all tell me what the name of that young man is?
No.
Miles Davis.
You got the first part right, OG. Ahmaud Arbery.
Arbery, my bad. Okay, my bad. I know it's Miles though.
The
I heard about that.
They tried to say when they reported that case, he had a checkered background. He had a fucked up.
They always try to turn it. That's what they do. They try to turn it around, bro.
Up history.
Yeah, they turn it around.
Wait a minute, RJ. This happened in February. The person who killed him immediately called the DA's office. The local police didn't do anything. The man stayed free and got to sleep easily for 2 whole fucking months. This not even before the police arrested him. This is before we, as the general public, found out via the news. But the first thing they said was Ahmaud Arbery had a checkered past and he had mental health issues.
Nah, hey.
Fast forward. I know what you're thinking, RJ. Hold that thought because I'm going to let you get it off here in a second. I got a lot to say here in a sec right now. Breonna Taylor is murdered in her home for a fuck up from the county in the city of Louisville, Kentucky. A simple mistake by the county. Never mind what her life was about, what her past was. The first thing they try to do is say she was involved with a neighborhood drug dealer anyway. She had a checkered past.
Which was the ex, anyway.
Which was the ex-boyfriend. This little boy ends up being found in a sugarcane field in Louisiana. And they want to say that he had a checkered past?
It's the go-to.
Chris.
And hold on, RJ. We just watched the fucking news report, ABC, NBC, one of them. It was a big news network. They didn't mention anything about the Irwins. They didn't mention anything about the family reporting the boy missing on October 30th, but the police not finding the boy to the 3rd, and us not getting the fucking story until today, the middle of goddamn November. They don't mention none of that shit.
Nah.
But in the fucking article, they want to mention that he was having troubles. He's the fucking victim.
Do you see what I'm saying, though? Do you see what I'm saying? What I said about this whole, that Willie Lynch letter, and it's to put fear. Because right now, they're not attacking the strong. They're attacking the kids. So what is that doing right now? If you think about it right now, if you see any mother, any melanated mother right now in America, and you ask them, what's that biggest fear for their kids? 9 times out of 10. Hey, right now, bro. You ask right now, what's the biggest fear for motherfucking Devin and motherfucking
Logan.
Damn, I forgot.
Logan.
Damn, I forgot my little nigga name already. Damn, I fucked up.
Yeah, you did.
Anyway,
Logan.
3
Yeah.
stacks.
yeah, if you ask Chop right now, what's the biggest fit for Devin and Chop? I mean Devin and Logan. She probably gonna be like, she afraid to get murdered. Chris, right now, if you ask anybody in your family that got kids right now, what's the biggest fit for their kids in America? They probably gonna say that their kids gonna get murdered. If you ask me right now, bro, what's the biggest fear right now? I got 5 girls. I don't gotta my biggest fear shouldn't be worried about my daughters being murdered. My biggest fear should be about my daughters being raped. My biggest fear is about my kids getting murdered, bro. And right now, what is that doing? Like I said, with that, don't all play right back to what I said about that Willie Lynch other stuff. They put fear in us, bro. They put fear in us right now. They put fear in the youth to try to control us.
It do, RJ, and I don't want to minimize the validity of that. But fuck the fear. Fear be damned.
I know, but just think about this though. Think about this right now, Chris. Chris, just real quick. Think about this right now. If you get mind control over the youth right now, if they see all this stuff over the news,
and see, RJ, and I follow you. I'm trust me. I know where you're going with it, and I'm with you on that. And then we did, and we did a podcast where we talked about Breonna Taylor, and I mentioned the boys and I mentioned the girls with Roy, with this shit. So I'm there with you, RJ. I understand that there's a genuine concern for children, Black life for children. My thing is this: when I came on and opened up my first 2 cents, I mentioned Emmett Till.
Yeah.
Willie Lynch be damned. We know what that is. We know that it's light-skinned niggas and dark-skinned niggas, and they use the light-skinned niggas to make the dark-skinned niggas jealous so the light-skinned and dark-skinned niggas could be against each other. But at the end of the day, we both underclass. But we come from the same goddamn bloodline. We know that.
Yeah.
We know that they use fear and intimidation tactics against Black folks to make us comply with standards, rules, and regulations. And if we were to get out of bounds, we would only get out of bounds with ourselves. And we mentioned that when we talked about the Mo 3 situation earlier. We know that. Fear be damned. And RJ, do you know when Emmett Till, when they had his wake, they asked his mother, did she want to have an open casket?
Yeah, she said yes.
Yeah.
She said yes.
Casket, and she said
yes. She said yeah for open casket.
Felt like the world needed to see.
Yeah.
It goes back to what you were saying, RJ, because again, when you open it up, it was with some conspiracy theorist type shit. But when I came and backdosed you, I said niggas can't really just invalidate the conspiracy theory of Black community because there's a reason for us to be skeptical and more believing in conspiracy because of what we've gone through in our community. And that's wait a minute. But that's the whole reason why Emmett Till's mother had the open casket.
Right. Yeah. She did it to show it.
White folks didn't believe that Black folks was going through the shit that we said we was going through.
No, exactly. I know what you're saying.
You had to show them. So what I'm saying is this. This is 2020. This is nigga. You come in my house. I am from Texas. I am licensed. I own weapons. I hate to put this out, but you come in my house, especially while I got my family around. You better hope you get the best of me in that moment, because you will fucking die. If I injure you, you will not just be injured. I will murder you.
No, you have every right.
Wait, RJ. In self-defense of my family.
You have every right though. Somebody come inside your
Yes,
house though.
you do. But this is the point that I'm making. That is valid logic and rationale for every American in the country, except for when it comes to when black folks get to talking about what's going on with us, our families, and our communities. And stories like these validates the shit that you say when you open up the fucking podcast with your position. We have valid reason to feel the
Of
way we
course,
feel.
of course, and that's exactly what I'm right now, bro. What you saying?
This
We're
story,
kind of we're Chris. We're agreeing to disagree right now. That's what we
no. I
just
don't think
did.
we're disagreeing. I don't think we're disagreeing. I think we're agreeing. I think where we might be missing each other is I don't look at it as a conspiracy theorist.
Well, I mean, I don't look at it.
I don't even look at it as a tactic of fear anymore. We're past the tactic of where you can play those Willie Lynch games on us. We know that. We know that game, bro.
But see, but that's the bad thing about it, though. Do we really know it, though? Do
No.
we really know as people?
We do. We know it. I say that we know it because in the age of information, in the age of our history, if anything we know why we have issues. The problem is
No,
no. Wait a minute.
Chris, that's not true. That's not true.
Let me finish.
Chris, think about this. Chris,
Let me finish.
let me say one thing real quick.
We know we have problems. The problem is this. The problem is this. We know that already. The problem is we haven't figured out how to solve that problem yet, which is
But
why.
Chris, let me say one thing though. Let me say one thing though. Just because you know it, don't mean everybody else know it. Just because I know it, don't mean everybody else know it. Just because Ant know it, don't mean everybody else know it. Because you know,
right,
Chris,
you're right.
like,
You're right.
look.
I'm speaking on
Chris,
that.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Look, back whenever I was just recently in Japan, over African American Heritage Month, I try to talk to people about our leaders beyond the ones that's publicized. You know, somebody told me they know who Angela Davis was, Marcus Garvey, King Mansa Musa, none of this stuff. They couldn't tell me none of this stuff. So that's what I'm saying. Like just because we know it,
and some of these folks are black folk, right?
all of them was.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm saying. Just because we know it, don't mean everybody else knows.
But see, when I say that, when I say that, RJ, I don't mean that in a very general sense. I mean that in the sense of in the age of information, it's not hard to find that information. It's not hidden. It's not like people like you and I are walking around amongst a lot of our people, and we can have those conversations. Versus back in the day where the information wasn't as equally available or readily available to where niggas like you and I that have
people don't want to know it though.
They have the mind
don't want to know it
and read that shit and then come back and share it. It's available for niggas like us to take it back versus back in the day where it wasn't available and niggas
right
around blind.
Right, but
that's
people
what I mean.
people don't want to know it though. That's what I'm saying.
I'm not disagreeing with you there. Yes, a lot of us that don't know it. There's a lot of us that don't know it. But my whole point in saying that we generally know it is there's enough information out there with the click of a button. Niggas don't even gotta read anymore because motherfuckers are making videos and stuff about
it. So Chris, what you saying is right now, you saying that people are ignorant to it.
Yes, I mean we
which means it don't make it no better. They ignorant to it.
It does not make it any better. But see, that's what I'm saying though, RJ. That's what I go back to saying. We know what the problem is. We have a listen. All of us don't know what the problem is. I agree with you there. But enough of us know what the problem is to where by now in 2020 we can start to address that problem. Everybody don't have to know. Everybody don't have to know what the problem is. But we have enough that knows what the problem is. But the problem is We don't know how to address it at this point. If that makes any sense. So what I'm saying is this. I am not worried about propaganda. I am not worried about fear tactics anymore. We know that, nigga. We know that in our history. And I'm not saying that everybody knows it. I agree with you. You're right. Niggas don't know that Mansa Musa was the richest person ever in the world. Niggas don't know that there's a good possibility. Do you know who I don't say Abar Akbar the second? You know who he was?
Yeah.
Who was he?
Hold on, who?
Abu Akbar the second. I might
Well,
be.
you gotta get name. You gotta get name right first. You throwing me off.
Okay, he came before Mansa Musa.
Oh.
Do you know his story?
Vaguely, not too much.
Okay, he was the king of the Mali Empire before Mansa Musa took over. He decided he wanted to go on an expedition out west. This was in the 1000s. This was before the Vikings had decided they were going to come over to North America, which was
Yeah.
400 years before the British decided to come over and found the Caribbean and thought they was in India.
Yeah. All that. Yeah.
Abu Akbar II preceded Mansa Musa, and he decided he wanted to step away from the Mali Empire so he could go exploring out west. There's a lot of evidence that suggests that he founded America before any European ever touched foot in America. And there is evidence to suggest that African empires, if you look at the Olmecs and the Olmec,
Oh, I know. I already know about that.
but
I already
see,
know about that.
I know you well studied, but I only raised that point to say this: the information is out there, so
Yeah.
everybody don't have to know it.
But we as a people don't accept it though.
No, and
Yeah, but that's different. That's different topic right there.
yeah, that's a different topic, and that's to be expected.
But see, no. But the thing is though, it's not a different topic because if we're talking about the information that we accept as a people, and we know what our heritage is, and we tie that into listen, just listen. If you tie the fact that you know what your heritage is, right, into all of this, and then you know and you understand why they don't want us to know all this stuff, or they try to hide this information from us, and why they try to kill us off, and why they try to control us, that will show you right there exactly why they try to control us. Because
but here's the deal, RJ, here's the deal. And this is what I love about black folks. We're not monolithic, bro. We're not all on the same page. We don't have to be. We have shared experiences, we have shared history, but we all don't think the same. We all don't have the same values, and that's what's cool. We don't need everybody to be on the front lines of understanding this information. We just need enough of us on the front lines to understand this information, to take it back to the village. Wait a minute, let me finish. We need enough of us, which I feel like we're at that point in 2020 where enough of us know it. Everybody don't have to know it. We don't have to make everybody get on board, but we have enough of us that do know it that can share the information. All we're doing is planting the seeds. The problem isn't the lack of information. The problem is we have the information. We have enough people that know the information. The problem is this: we don't know how to deal with the issues given the information that we have. And that's why I'm saying the whole conspiracy theory, I'm not worried about Willie Lynch anymore. We know that. I don't look at Ant. When I do this podcast every week with Ant and Roy, I know for a fact when I go over to Roy house, I look at his little brother is 2-3 shades lighter than he is. When I go over to Ant house, I look at his little brother and sister, I know his little brother and sister is 2-3 shades lighter than he is. I know that Roy's mama's a shade lighter than his daddy. I go to my fucking family, I got family members that's darker than me. Willie Lynch don't mean shit to me because I know what my family is and I know where my family come from, just like I know that there's white folks in my family, Native American folks in my family, and I know the history of that. I don't give a fuck about Willie Lynch anymore. I'm past Willie Lynch. I understand that, and I can take that information back to my people and say, okay, this is what that is. You don't have to accept it, but the seed is planted. The seed is planted at this point. Fuck that. What do we do now to get everybody else to understand? Fuck this light skin, dark skin shit. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh man, boy, you on something different. I wasn't talking about no light skin, dark
No, no,
skin.
no, 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 no. And I know you're not, but I only say that to raise this. That's the trivial shit based on the Willie Lynch, because that's what Willie Lynch was designed to do. Use light skin, dark skin, classism, house nigga, field nigga to divide black folks to keep us from uniting to gain power. We understand that. I am
Facts, big facts.
me personally, I am past that shit because there's enough information that we understand what that looks like now. My concern is, what do we do to fix the conditions of our people? And what we're talking about now is injustice of black issues. A black
Okay,
man
all
gets
right.
murdered in Brunswick, Georgia. The media goes in and talks about his criminal past. He didn't do anything or commit any crimes when he was murdered. A black woman that was an EMT who saved lives was murdered because of the negligence of a city and a county. The first thing they do is go on TV and talk about her drug dealing boyfriend. She wasn't involved in any type of legal activities when she got murdered.
Wait, hey, Chris, hold on,
Hold
time
on,
out.
wait a minute.
Hey,
Let
time
me
out, hold on.
finish. I know you
Hey,
stop me,
time
bro,
out,
but I'm
I'm
almost
about
done. I
Chris.
gotta get this out real quick.
We gotta let Ann
I
get his
gotta
stuff
bring
in,
this
bro. Cause
back. I gotta
we
bring this
still
back.
like
I gotta
running
bring this
late
back.
on time.
I know we
hey,
on the time.
let them finish it up. Let them finish up, RJ. Go ahead,
I know
Chris.
we on the time. I gotta bring it back home to the young man that was murdered in Louisiana. You cannot have a boy that goes missing. One day, it's reported to the police, and about a week later, it finally gets publicized in the media. You can't then go from it being publicized local media a week later to 2 to 3 weeks later, and it gets barely scratched the surface of national media news. When it scratches the surface of national media news, you can't just cover the story for 2 to 3 minutes and omit some of the most critical pieces of information about the case to force not only black people, but people in general to question what the fuck happened. Because you saw that video the same way I saw it, right, Ed?
Yeah, but think about this. This another thing though. When they shot that original video, right, the first newscast, what date did they have on it? When was that?
The 30th.
That was on the 30th. About the kid missing. Now, one thing I will say, you know what I'm saying? First and foremost, as far as what the police told the family and how they was treating the investigations, some bullshit. I'm saying that straight up.
And hold on, police, right? You mentioned the police. Let's not forget the police deleted their Facebook account.
I ain't got to that point yet, but I was getting there. But they deleted that Facebook account, but that all happened on the 30th, though, right? The original video. So they did reach out. It wasn't a set Amber Alert like it should have been. That's fucked up. It wasn't broadcast nationwide. I get that. That's fucked up. Not, but think about it. Now all and the last one you said, oh boy, wrote that shit today. They had extra information, so you kind of got to give them cats a little chance to do some investigation. Took some. Granted, it took a week to get to that point to find
Roland
out who
Martin,
the fuck he was last with.
Roland Martin, a black news media guy, reported it with full detail today, and that's how I knew to go look for the actual article
That
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 named the suspects, because Roland Martin put it on his shit today.
yeah. So with that being said,
Black news
Ro-
media.
yeah. So he got his information to the boy and passed. So
Hold
he
on,
would have them extra little facts.
man, hold on. I gotta stop you. I don't mean hold that thought. RJ, what the fuck are you doing?
Huh?
Put that shit away.
I am.
Oh yeah. Oh shit, ain't paid.
RJ, get that shit off me, bro.
Florida man.
But nigga, I'm putting the bitch up in the house.
I got you, bro. Wait till we finish, bro. Wait till we
But
finish. Fucking up, bro.
But anyway,
Yeah, that's why I told you, bro. That's why
It's legal.
this nigga has no filter.
It's legal though. It's
Be
I
that
legal.
got you,
may.
bro, but that's not what we do here.
Hey,
We're a chill podcast, but that's not what we do here, bro. Come on.
hey, be that as it may. Tell you like this, we won't have a guns right day one day. But look, we are way past time. So, well, final thoughts on this. I'm gonna wrap it up. Y'all basically talked it up, but anywho, y'all start. I would say this as far as final thoughts for this topic.
I'm down.
Start holding these people, the news people, fucking accountable too, man. It ain't just don't hold the police accountable. Don't hold just the sheriff accountable. Hold people that are responsible for shit like this. You know what I'm saying? I ain't the best. You know what I'm saying? Everybody out here that's looking on the computer and whatnot do not got degrees in journalism or forensics, science, and all that good shit. They probably don't deal with that. But remember when that girl was missing in Chicago at that hotel party?
Yeah.
Man, there was a whole lot of internet investigators that went harder than the damn newscast did. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, and you're right, OG, because that's what gets a story publicized more than the actual. If social media goes crazy over it, then that's when the news cycle will pick it up these days.
So with that being said, start getting with these I don't know how you can do it. Shit, cut their ratings off. Turn, you know what I'm saying? Turn off the TV, do it, stream that shit so they don't get the views, whatnot they need to keep that shit. Hold them motherfuckers accountable for whichever way you can. You know what I'm saying? Instead of this grab and bait, 1 and 2 hit tactics about some bullshit, get the real shit out there. But that's all I got for that topic. We went way over our time. So we're gonna flip on over to the next one, all right? So our next topic. This is our ignorant topic. All right?
Oh shit!
Trying to release the air a little bit. So what our ratchet topic this month? This one dude decided to post up on Facebook a thought. Actually, wasn't a thought.